So this is by far the simplest and the easiest way to color grade and get a perfect skin tone in Photoshop. Okay, let me show you. So to color grade this photo and achieve perfect skin tone in just under 5 minutes, I'm going to use my skin tone gradient pack. I'll put the link to download these gradients in the video description below. So this gradient pack also comes with a few videos showing you how to load the gradients into Photoshop and how to use them. So after loading the gradients and an action into Photoshop, go to window here and then select actions here. Your action panel is going to pop up here. On your actions, just look for the skin tone gradients here. Mine is on top here. So under color grade actions here, just click on light, medium, dark skin tone here. So the gradient panel is going to pop up. Just click on the gradient here. So the gradient editor is going to pop up here. Just go down and look for all skin tone gradient folder. Click on this icon to open the folder. And then from here, you can just go through these gradients here. So for this image, I'm going to use this gradient here, and then I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to click OK here. Let me just move this guy here. So this is the before, this is the after. So let me just close the action panel here. So this is the before, this is the after. How cool is this? So if I want, I can just leave it like this. But if I want the effect to just be on my model's skin, make sure the layer mask here is selected. I'm going to hold Ctrl or Command, then press I on the keyboard to invert the layer mask like this. So I've removed the effect from my image. So everything is already set and selected for me. The only thing that I'm going to do now is just to paint back the effect where I want it to be. So I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger using the brackets on the keyboard like this. And then just paint my model's skin. On top here, make sure opacity is at 100% and flow is at 100% here. And then just paint my model's skin tone. If you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe and smash that bell icon so that when I put up my next video, you will be notified. So I'm going to zoom out, Ctrl or Command +0 on the keyboard like this. So this is the before, this is the after. If the effect is too much, I can always reduce the opacity to maybe 70%. So this is the before, this is the after. You can see how it has just taken me a little bit of time for me to just finish painting the skin. So what I normally use when I'm trying to select my model's skin tone is this amazing plugin by RETOUCH for me. Let me show you. So I'm going to go on my layers here, then I'm going to select my background layer. I'm going to add a layer mask by clicking on this icon, and then I'm going to go to filter, retouch for me, and then I'm going to select retouch for me skin mask. How quick is that? My model's skin tone is selected in an instant. So what I'm going to do from here is just to click on apply here, so you can see what the action has done. It has just selected the skin, even in the areas where I was unable to paint nicely. I'm just going to go on my layers here, drag this layer mask and drop it on this layer mask like this. So Photoshop is going to ask me whether I want to replace the layer mask. I'm just going to click yes here. Now from here you can just zoom in and then reduce the flow to maybe 30, and then select the layer mask here, and then I'm just going to paint the edges of my model's face or skin to just fine-tune this selection. So from here I'm just going to zoom out, Ctrl or Command +0 on the keyboard. Okay, so this is the before, this is the after, this is the before, this is the after. So to download the Retouch for Me Skin Mask plugin, I'll put the link in the video description below. So let's say I just decided I don't like this color grade, I want to change it. So I can just go on this folder and open it by clicking on this icon and then double click on the gradient here. So the gradient property is going to pop up. Just click here, look for my skin tone gradient folder, open it, and then I can go through these gradients here. So if you've learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe and smash that bell icon so that when I put up my next video, you will be notified. If I want, I can change it to maybe this one and then click OK and close the gradient properties here. Let me just close this folder. So this is the before, this is the after, this is the before, this is the after. So let's move to this image. So I'm going to go to my actions by clicking on this action button here. Under the color grade actions, I'm going to click on light, medium, dark skin tone action here. So the gradient panel is going to pop up. Just going to click on the gradient here, and then the gradient editor is going to pop up here. I'm going to look for my skin tone gradient folder. I'm going to open it, and now I'm going to go through my gradients like this one, like this one. So for this image, I'm going to use this gradient, and then I'm going to click OK here, OK here. Let me just close my action panel here. So this is the before, this is the after, this is the before, this is the after. If the effect is too much, you can always reduce the opacity here to maybe 90%. So if I just want this effect to be on my model skin and not on my background here, I'm going to make sure the layer mask here is selected, and then I'm going to hold Control or Command and then press I on the keyboard to invert the layer mask like this. Everything is already selected and set for me. I'm just going to go on top here and take the flow back to 100%, make the brush a little bit bigger using the brackets on the keyboard, and then just paint on my model's skin. So this is going to take just a little bit of time for me to just finish. That's the reason why I always use the skin mask plugin by Retouch for me. So this is the before, this is the after, this is the before, this is the after. So I'm going to go down here on this circle. I'm going to left click on it and then select selective color here. So the selective color property is going to pop up. Let me just move it up here. So from here, just going to go on colors here and change it from reds to cyan. Maybe take it to 50, and then magenta. So the bright green here or the muted green here. Which one do you like? Let me know in the comment below. Let's proceed. I'm going to put it at maybe -20, and then the yellows, if I want, I can subtract the yellows in the cyan, or I can add more yellows in the cyan here. So I'm just going to put it at maybe +5 here. I'm going to go back to colors, and then I'm going to select the neutrals here. On the cyan, I'm going to take it to maybe -5, and then magenta, I'm going to take it to maybe -2. The yellows +2, and then the blacks +2 here. Let me just close this. So this is the before, this is the after, this is the before, this is the after. So this is by far the simplest and the easiest way you can color grade your photos. So if you want to retouch fast and level up your retouching skills, you should check out my beauty retouching actions pack. The link will be in the description below. And if you want to learn how to shoot amazing portraits, you should check this video here.